Greetings, fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 2009 film Thor, Hammer of the Gods, starring Zachary Ty Bryan, Alexis Kendra, and Mac Brandt. An overview of the movie? While traveling in search of a new kingdom, a group of Vikings winds up stranded on a mysterious island. Led by Baldur and his younger brother Thor, they must face an enemy unlike any other they have faced before. One by one, their forces shrink as they continue to lose men to this strange new enemy. Their only hope to escape the island and make it back to their homes is to find the Hammer of the Gods. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, I think this movie had a great concept. It had a great idea. It had a great story. This idea that these Vikings are out searching for a new kingdom and a new land to settle. And they come across this deserted island that, for as far as they know, no one has ever set foot on before. And they're out trying to settle this, and all of a sudden werewolves show up and attack them. But they don't call them werewolves. They call them monsters or beasts or demons, not werewolves. And just the idea behind it, that they have to fight these beasts and these monsters, is fantastic. It's definitely not a period piece. It's absolutely a science fiction or fantasy piece. It was made by the Sci-Fi Network and first appeared on the Sci-Fi Network. It's a made-for-TV movie, and the idea behind this as a science fiction fantasy movie is fantastic. Also, I really liked the acting in this movie for a made-for-TV movie. The acting was good for a made-for-TV movie. And you really have to take that into consideration when you're talking about this movie and when you're judging this movie. It is made for TV. It is low budget. So they can't get top tier actors. They can't even get middle tier actors. They gotta go with the guys who are on par with made for TV movies. And considering that, I think the actors in this movie did a good job. It's not the best acting I've ever seen, but it's not the worst acting I've ever seen either. Hell, I've seen worse acting in major Hollywood blockbusters. So, the acting is good for what the movie is. Also, I thought the costumes in this movie were fantastic. Now, especially the helmets. A lot of people, when they think of the stereotypical Viking helmet, it's got the horns going out of it and stuff. Well, guess what? Vikings never had horns in their helmets. And in this movie, they didn't have horns on their helmets either, which is a great thing to see. They aren't the stereotypical Hollywood Vikings. No, they are realistic costume-clad Vikings. They've got the fur and the leather and the wooden shields and the helmets without the horns. It was fantastic. I loved it. The cons of this movie? Well, first of all, the characters in this movie have nothing to do with Norse mythology. Every one of the Viking characters in this movie is named after someone, either a Norse god or just someone from Norse mythology. But they aren't those people. They just happen to have those names. And, the guy named Thor just happens to be the only one capable of wielding Mjolnir. Just conveniently happens to be named Thor. Ooh, convenience. It's just bad and it's unbelievable. Give them different names. Or have them be these characters from Norse mythology. Either one, I don't care. Just the way you did it is bad and it's stupid. Come on, let's be realistic. Also, the CG in this movie is also horrible, and it's just laughably bad. I mean, these bad guys are supposed to be werewolves, but really, they look more like were-rats. I mean, they have like rat heads. They don't even look like wolves. What the hell's going on with that nonsense? I mean, yeah, it's a made-for-TV movie, but this CGI is just laughably bad, and it's hysterical. I was laughing throughout when I saw these werewolves and these monsters. It was just funny to me. Also, and this thing is more of a pet peeve to me. A lot of people don't complain about it, but one of the things I really hate in a movie, especially a period piece that takes place in Europe, you got all these people who are Norse. They're from that Nordic area, but yet for some reason, Most of them speak with an English accent. What's up with that? I hate that in movies. It's like when you watch The Three Musketeers and all of them have English accents. They're French. These guys are Norse. They're like they're from Sweden or Norway or one of those areas. I'm not sure which one. I'm pretty sure at this point in time they were all kind of the same area. I'm not sure though. But seriously, guys, you don't need the English accents to be like, oh, we are ancient Europeans. No, I don't care if they speak with an American accent. I believe that more. That would bother me less than if they all just had English accents because Europe. I mean, come on. My overall thoughts on the movie? I have to admit this movie is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. By that, I mean I know it's a bad movie, but for some reason, I still enjoy watching it. That being said, I'm going to give it the Zangief. This movie had an amazing idea behind it, but it just didn't have the budget to pull it off well. Almost every issue I have with the movie could be solved by having more money to hire people with more skill or experience. This movie absolutely has that made-for-TV feel to it, and if that's something you're alright with, then I think it's worth checking out this movie at least once. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week. Also, if you have any recommendations for movies you would like me to review in the future, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you and have a nice day.